I'm willing to bet that the calorie counting that you're doing trying to lose fat or gain muscle is not getting you the kind of results that you wish it was getting. If you really want to see abs in the next 3 to 4 months, tracking your diet like that only to get that yo-yo progress, lose a little fat, and gain a little bit back, it gets pretty frustrating. And if I can relate to that frustration just a little bit, this is my client Aaron before they made one simple shift to the emotional relationship that they had with their diet, the emotional relationship that they had to food in general. Aaron started out with the standard set of beliefs that pretty much everybody has when they first get into fitness. You gotta make sure that you have a very specific meal plan, a very specific fitness plan. And so they were putting all of this emotional effort into maintaining this perfectly balanced structure. However, it came from a place of force. It felt like they were constantly holding their breath trying to maintain this structure, only for the weekend to come around and hey, I have this excuse now, I don't have to maintain my structure anymore. And so they would fall into the quote unquote bad habits of just drinking, eating excess bad foods like pizza, kind of like they were taking a load off after a long week of really trying, really struggling. What we have to understand is that for the vast majority of people, the most common vice that any of us have is not alcohol, it's not sex, it's food. According to the National Institute of Health, 1 in 3 adults is overweight. A big part of the reason for this is the excess salt and sugar in the mainstream comfort food that most of us gravitate towards. These kinds of substances give us a dopamine feedback response when we consume them, and so it makes us feel comfortable, it makes us feel good. This basically means that if you're focused on a perfectly dialed in meal plan where you have all of the ingredients, all of the right recipes, on paper, sure, this totally is gonna get you to the fitness results that you want. But most of us look at this like a sprint. We are tense and struggling to get to the goals that we currently have, but then as soon as we cross that finish line, we are right back to the old habit patterns that we have. We feel like, hey, I got the results, now I get to take a load off. We never really address that relationship that we have with food. But if we can master that relationship, if we can have full control over how we feel around food and the food that we choose to eat, the food that really makes us feel good, that we gravitate towards naturally, it becomes really easy to reach your fitness goals, and then really easy to reach the goals that you have after that, and then the goals that you have after that, rather than having to go through this yo-yo cycle of making gains, losing the gains, and long term, never really seeing consistent progress. Now, obviously, as you get older, this yo-yo cycle is more and more detrimental to your long-term health. But in the more immediate term, feeling like you're putting in all of this emotional, mental, and physical effort only to not get any results really crushes your confidence, and we don't want that. So if you want to learn more about how to master this relationship with your diet to make sure that you're getting consistent fitness results for yourself, drop a comment. I'll make some more videos on this stuff.